Hello friends, welcome to Law and GK. So friends, on this channel we discuss the contents of law and previous year papers of judicial services and other legal exams. So friends, in today's video we are going to discuss the preliminary exam paper of Uttarakhand Judicial Services 2011. So friends, if you are new on this channel, I would like to recommend कि आप जो है इस चैनल को जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए because it will be very beneficial for you in your preparation for judiciary and other legal exams. And while subscribing, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can get the notification for our upcoming videos. And if you like this video, just click the like button over there and appreciate this with your friends so that they can come to know about this channel as well. And अगर आपको हमारे efforts अच्छे लगे हों तो in addition to like and subscribe, kindly give us a super thanks. Super thanks is a way to help the content creator with some tips in form of money. So you can donate some money by clicking on the super thanks. मिनिमम से मिनिमम आप 20 रुपये भी डोनेट कर सकते हैं. मिनिमम स्टार्ट्स विद 20 रुपीज़. तो देखिए कुछ इस तरीके से आता है एग्ज़ाम पेपर. पुराना एग्ज़ाम पेपर है ये, तो काफ़ी कुछ चेंज हो गया है, बट आता इसी तरीके से ही है. 200 नंबर का 3 घंटे का. तो चलिए बढ़ते हैं एग्ज़ाम पेपर की ओर. फर्स्ट पार्ट इज जीके, जनरल नॉलेज. तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज द ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज ऑफ द यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया शैल बी हिंदी इन देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट इज मेंशन इन Article 343(1)(c) is the answer. Next to who was the first president of Constituent Assembly of India? देखिए जो फर्स्ट फुल टाइम प्रेसिडेंट थे, रेगुलर प्रेसिडेंट थे, वो थे डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद. C is the answer. लेकिन जो बनाए गए थे फॉर द टाइम बीइंग SN सिन्हा थे. वो फर्स्ट मीटिंग में जो प्रेसिडेंट बने थे, फर्स्ट मीटिंग कहाँ हुई थी? दिल्ली में. Next is 3. Who is the author of book Mudra Rakshas? It was Vishakha Dutt. B is the answer. Next is 4. Which of the following is the tallest building in the world? That is Burj Khalifa. B is the answer. Next is 5. On which issue Shri Krishna Committee recently submitted its report? So it was in news at that time. So it was on Telangana issue. A is the answer. His 6. The constitution of Jammu Kashmir came into force. Now it is irrelevant, but however the answer was 26 January 1957. 26 जनवरी 1957 को उनका कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन जो है came into force हुआ था. Next is 7. The institution of ombudsman first started in Sweden. सबसे पहले 1809 में. जर्मनी में अभी तक नहीं है. इंग्लैंड में स्टार्ट हुआ था ये 1989 में एंड इंडिया में 1966 में. Next is 8. How many schedules are there in the Constitution of India? Now there are 12 schedules. Original there were 8. D is the answer. Next is 9. In which year mayor's court were introduced in 3 presidency towns in India? That was 1726. A is the answer. Next is 10. The 16th SAARC Summit 2010 was held at Bhutan. C is the answer. अभी रिसेंट में देखिए 2023 में जो है 21st हो गया है एंड ये कहाँ पर हुआ है? काठमांडू में, नेपाल में. ऑलराइट. नेक्स्ट इज 11. Who is said to be the originator of the doctrine of separation of powers? Montesquieu. B is the answer. Next is 12. Which provision of Constitution of India deals with National Commission for Scheduled Caste? That is Article 338. A is the answer. And 338A is for National Commission for Scheduled Tribes. Now another is added in 342A, that is for EWS. Next 13. World Investment Report is an annual publication of WTO. D is the answer. Next 14. The chapter 2 of transfer of property shall not be deemed to affect any rule of Muslim law. B is the answer. Next 15. By which amendment Article 21A is added? It was in recent that at that time, so it was 86th amendment with effect from 2010. C is the answer. Next 16. Which type of euthanasia is permitted by the Supreme Court in Aruna Schonberg versus Union of India? That was passive euthanasia. B is the answer. Next 17, under international law, the obligation of neutral country is abstention, prevention, acquiescence, all of the above. D is the answer. Next is 18, who is the Secretary General of United Nations at this time? He is Antonio Guterres and he is from Portugal. Alright. Next is 19, in which city of Japan radiation leaked occurred due to massive earthquake? So the answer was at that time Fukushima. B was the answer, not relevant now. Next 20, who was chairman of drafting committee of Constitution of India? Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. B is the answer. Next 21, how many states are permanent members of UN Security Council? There are 5. कौन है? USA, UK, Russia, China and France. Next 22, who said international law is the vanishing point of jurisprudence? That was Holland. B is the answer. Next 23, in which year the Indian Parliament passed Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act? It was in 2005. Next 24, after how many years India won World Cup in 2011? After 28 years. C was the answer. Next 25, in which year Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act was enacted by Parliament of India? That was 2009. A is the answer. Next 26, the concept of directive principle of state policy is borrowed from Ireland. C is the answer. Next 27, which amendment added fundamental duties? It was 42nd Amendment Act. A is the answer. Article 51A was inserted. And now there are 11 duties. Earlier there was 10. One was added by 44th Amendment. Next 28, the ex-officio chairman of Council of States is Vice President. C is the answer. Next 29, Stockholm Conference on Human Environment was held in year 1972. B is the answer. Next 30, in India, Law Day is celebrated every year on 26 November because on this day our constitution was enacted. Next 31, which one of the following organization is directly related to child welfare? That is UNICEF. B is the answer. Next 32, the theory of social engineering was propounded by Roscoe Pound. C is the answer. Next 33, a secular state is which remains neutral to religion. D is the answer. Next 34, what is the minimum reservations prescribed by Constitution for women in Panchayat? That was 1/3. C is the answer. Next 35, which country is not a permanent member of UN Security Council? ये भी मैंने बताए थे, USA है, UK है, रशिया है, फ्रांस है, जर्मनी नहीं है. C is the answer. Next 36, in which year Copenhagen Summit Conference on Climate Change was held? Held in 2009. C is the answer. Next 37, which article of the Charter of the UN permitted right to self-defense? That is Article 51. B is the answer. Next 38, which of the following is not a basic feature of Indian Constitution? That was fundamental duties. C is the answer. Next 39, which of the following states in India is having a legislative council? That is Andhra Pradesh. D is the answer. Other states are, so there are total 6 states. कौन सी हैं? Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, UP and Bihar. Next is 40, who has been appointed as chairman of National Women Commission recently? देखिए आज के टाइम पर कौन है? श्रीमती रेखा शर्मा. शी इज द चेयरमैन ऑफ नेशनल वुमेन कमीशन. रेखा शर्मा. Next 41, which fundamental right was declared by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar as heart and soul of the Constitution? Right to constitutional remedies under Article 32. B is the answer. Next 42, in which year biggest arm reduction pact between US and Russia was signed? So it was now irrelevant, but the answer was 2010. Next 43, constitutional status of Panchayati Raj system was given by 73rd Amendment Act. D is the answer. Next 44, National and State Disaster Management Authority is constituted under Disaster Management Act. C is the answer. Next 45, National Judicial Academy is located at Bhopal. C is the answer. Next 46, Planning Commission of India is a advisory body only. B is the answer. Next 47, in which case Supreme Court of India laid down that evidence can be recorded by video conferencing? It was Pappu Yadav versus State of Bihar. Next 48, Right to Information Act was enacted in 2005. B is the answer. Next 49, right to speedy trial is a fundamental right under Article 21. B is the answer. Next 50, public holidays are declared under Negotiable Instrument Act Section 25. C is the answer. अब हमने 50 क्वेश्चन कर लिए हैं जीके के. नाउ पार्ट 2 लॉ. क्वेश्चन नंबर 51 says, under which section of IPC committing theft of a computer from a shop is punishable? Under section 380B is the answer. How? दिस इज जनरल थेफ्ट, मतलब थेफ्ट इन ओपन एरिया, दैट इज 379. अगर आपने किसी घर में, किसी शॉप पर, बिल्डिंग में, वेसल में कहीं थेफ्ट की है तो 380 में पनिशमेंट है उसकी, एंड दैट इज फॉर 7 years. Next 52, State of AP versus R Purnaiya case deals with distinction between which of the following section of IPC? 299 and 300. B is the answer. Next 53, in which case the court made a clear distinction between common intention and similar intention? That was Mehboob Shah versus King Emperor. B is the answer. Brinder Kumar Ghosh was on 34, common intention. Next 54, assault under section 351 can be caused by gestures or preparation. Gesture or any preparation, both. D is the answer. Next 55, under which section of IPC right to private defense of property extends to causing death? Under section 103. A is the answer. Next 56, under which section of IPC dishonest misappropriation of property has been defined? That is 403. A is the answer. 405 में क्या है? CBT. 415 में cheating. Next 57, which section of IPC provides for offense relating to Army, Navy and Air Force? That are 131 to 140. 170 A से और आई तक क्या है? ये इलेक्शन रिलेटेड ऑफेंसेस हैं, एंड यहाँ पर ये स्टेट रिलेटेड ऑफेंसेस हैं. Next 58, the expression unsoundness of mind is not defined in IPC. A is the answer. Next 59, the offense of abatement is constituted by aiding, instigating, conspiring, all of the above. D is the answer. Section 107 provides for the same. Next 60, which one of the following writer has observed that man's ignorance of law cannot be excused because he is bound to know it? Said by Bailey. B is the answer. Next is 61, death penalty cannot be done away with from Indian society. Life imprisonment is a rule and death penalty is an exception. Therefore, the apex court pronounced its judgment that it can be avoided in rarest of rarest case. That was Bachchan Singh versus State of Punjab. C is the answer. Next 62, under section 167 CRPC, the maximum period of police custody is 90 days. A is the answer. In case of any offense punishable with imprisonment 10 years and above, life and death, and other cases 10 less than 10 years to 60 days. Next 63, CJM may pass sentence of imprisonment not exceeding 7 years. A is the answer. Section 29 provides the same. Next 64, under which section of CRPC compensation is paid to groundlessly arrested person? That is 358. B is the answer. Next 65, the accused has indefeasible right to bail when instigation is not completed within 90 or 60 days. D is the answer. Next 66, in which case Supreme Court of India directed the High Court to exercise jurisdiction under section 482 of CRPC? That was State of Haryana versus Bhajanlal. A is the answer. Next 67. In which case Supreme Court held that only legally verified can claim maintenance under Section 125. That was Savitri Bain versus State of Gujarat. A is the answer. However, this is now overruled. Even the live-in relationship lady can also claim the maintenance under 125. Next 68. Which section of CRPC deals with case diary? That is 172. C is the answer. Next 69. Which section of CRPC provides that no court shall alter a judgment after it has been signed? That is section 362. C is the answer. Next is 70. Under which section of CRPC addition or alteration of charge has been provided? Under section 216. C is the answer. Next 71. Under which section of CRPC a search warrant is issued? That is section 93. B is the answer. Next 72. Section 164 CRPC provides about which of the following? Recording of confession and statement. A is the answer. Next 73. In which section of CRPC it is provided that a male child below age of 15 years cannot be called at police station? That is section 160. Subsection 1. A is the answer. And also provided less than 15 and woman and above 65 year of age. Next 74. Under which section of CRPC cognizable offense has been defined? 2C. B is the answer. 2A में क्या है? Bailable and non-bailable offense. 2I is judicial proceedings. And next 75. Under which section of CRPC investigating officer record statement of witnesses? 161. C is the answer. 162 में लिखा होगा कि उस साइन नहीं करना है बट कैन बी यूज. 164 क्या है? फॉर कन्फेशन एंड स्टेटमेंट. 160 बता ही दिया अभी, जब पुलिस ऑफिसर कॉल्स द विटनेसेस. नेक्स्ट 76. मंथली अमाउंट ऑफ मेंटेनेंस अंडर सेक्शन 125 CRPC इज without any limit. No limit is there. D is the answer. Next 77. Who is authorized to appoint PP for a district? That is state government under section 24 CRPC. B is the answer. Next 78. Which court will grant anticipatory bail under section 438? High Court or Court of Session? Both. So C is the answer. Next 79. Which section of CRPC authorizes the public prosecutor to withdraw the prosecution? That is 321. C is the answer. Next is 80. Under which section of CRPC provision regarding summary trial is given? 260 to 265. B is the answer. Next 81. Classification of bailable and non-bailable offense in CRPC is provided under first schedule. A is the answer. Schedule 2 में क्या है? Forms 320 is for compoundable offenses. Next is 82. In which section of Indian Evidence Act presumption as to dowry death is provided? It is provided in section 113B. C is the answer. 113 में क्या है? Abatement to suicide की presumption है. Next 83. In which one of the following is not a case on estoppel? That is Palvinder Kaur versus State of Punjab. A is the answer. It is on confession of co-accused. Picker versus CS, Sri Krishna, Sharathindra Day, they all are on estoppel. Estoppel is provided in section 115 Evidence Act. Next 84. Which section of Indian Evidence Act lays down the rule that certain circumstances admission can be proved by or on behalf of person making it? That is 21. D is the answer. Next 85. Who can make an admission under Indian Evidence Act? It is a party to the proceedings, obviously. B is the answer. Next 86. Under Indian Evidence Act, photo of a building is secondary evidence. B is the answer. Next 87. Which of the following is the best evidence? Direct evidence. B is the answer. Next 88. Under which of the follow? Next 88. Under which section of the Indian Evidence Act a judge is empowered to ask any question relevant or irrelevant to a witness or a party to a suit? That is 165. B is the answer. Next is 89. In which of the following cases constitutionality of Section 73 of Evidence Act was challenged for violation of Article 23 of the Constitution? That was State of Bombay versus Katikalu Ogad. A is the answer. Next 90. Which one of the following is not a case of DD? That is Sitaram versus State of UP. C is the answer. These other are on Tank Declaration. Next 91. In which section of Indian Evidence Act the word to form the part of same transaction are provided? Section 6. Res gist I. Alright. Next 92. Which section of the Indian Evidence Act the word fact not otherwise relevant becomes relevant are provided? In Section 11. Plea of alibi elsewhere. B is the answer. Next 93. A is accused of receiving stolen goods knowing them to be stolen. The above is the illustration of which section? That is Section 14. C is the answer. Next 94. Which one of the following is not an exception to the rule of hearsay? That is opinion of expert. C is the answer. Others are exception to hearsay. Next 95. The form of dying declaration is immaterial. Oral हो written हो कैसे भी दी हो. A is the answer. Next is 96. The question is whether A committed a crime at Lucknow on a certain day. The fact that on that day A was in Delhi relevant under Section 11. ये बताया था plea of alibi. Next 97. A dying declaration to be admissible under Indian Evidence Act must be made before anyone. तो देखिए तीनों यहाँ लिख दिए हैं तो D is the answer. Next 98. Under which section of Indian Evidence Act DNA test can be admitted in evidence? That is expert opinion. B is the answer. Section 45. Next 99. Which section of Indian Evidence Act deals with hostile witness? That is Section 154. B is the answer. Next is 100. Which one of the following is provided under Section 133? That is accomplice. Evidence of accomplice. D is the answer. Next 101. Under which section of Indian Evidence Act bad character of accused is not relevant? That is Section 54. A is the answer. Next is 102. Under which section of Indian Evidence Act admission is defined? Section 17. A is the answer. Next 103. Which of the following is not a public document under the Indian Evidence Act? Judgment of a court. A will. No, a will is not a public document. C is the answer. Where public document is provided in Section 74. Private document 75. Next 104. Under which section of Indian Evidence Act provision relating to examination in chief is provided? That is 137. 138 में क्या है? Order of examination. Next 105. Under which section of Indian Evidence Act admissibility of evidence shall be decided? That is 136. B is the answer. Next 106. Which of the following terms has not been defined in Indian Evidence Act? Court is defined. Evidence document confession is not defined. D is the answer. अब आ गया CPC. Question 107. In which section mean profit has been defined? 212. D is the answer. 24 में क्या है? District. 28 में judge and 214 order. Next 108. Provision of CPC specially apply to writ petition, always apply to writ petition, and do not specifically apply to writ petition. B is the answer. Next 109. Order 7 Rule 10 is return of plaint. A is the answer. Rejection is in Rule 11. Next 110. Objection as to place of suing shall be allowed in the court of first instance is the essence of Section 21. D is the answer. Next 111. Under which section of CPC inherent powers of court has been provided? Under Section 151. Next 112. Under which section of CPC pecuniary jurisdiction of the court has been provided? Section 6. D is the answer. Next 113. In which section of CPC provision relating to suit of civil nature? Section 9. B is the answer. Next 114. Under which section of CPC प्रोविजन 18 टू प्रिंसिपल ऑफ रेस जुडिकाटा सेक्शन 11, कितना इजी पेपर था ये। नेक्स्ट 115, अंडर विच ऑर्डर ऑफ सीपीसी प्रोविजन 18 टू अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ रिसीवर हैज बीन प्रोवाइडेड, ऑर्डर 40 रूल 1 इज द आंसर। अगर पूछा हो कि कलेक्टर एज अ रिसीवर तो रूल 5 है। नेक्स्ट 116, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग प्रॉपर्टीज आर लायबल टू अटैचमेंट ऑफ सेल एंड सेल इन एग्जीक्यूशन ऑफ अ डिक्री अंडर सेक्शन 60। बुक बैंक नोट्स चेक्स ये कर सकते हैं, कुकिंग मैसेज ये नहीं कर सकते, बुक ऑफ अकाउंट नहीं कर सकते, स्टाइपेंड ग्रेच्युटी नहीं कर सकते, तो ए इसका आंसर रहेगा। नेक्स्ट 117, अंडर सीपीसी प्लीडिंग मीन्स plain and written statement, D is the answer. This is order 6 rule 1. Next 118, under section 104 CPC an appeal can be preferred against all of them, D is the answer. 91, 95, 92. Next 119, which order of CPC provides for representative suit, that is order 1 and rule 8 है ये। यहाँ पे रूल 1 लिखा हुआ, सो ऑप्शंस आर रॉन्ग, order 1 rule 8. Next 120, order 39 rule 2 deals with temporary injunction, B is the answer. Next 121, which section of CPC prohibits arrest and detention of women in execution of decree for money, section 56, B is the answer. Next 122, which one is not correctly matched, institution of suit 4 में है, judgment decree 20 में है, issue summons 5 में है, issue commission is in 26, not 21, 21 में क्या है, execution of decree, so wrong कौन हो गया, D is the answer. Next 123, under which section or order of CPC a provision is made to provide free legal services to indigent persons, that is order 33 and rule 18, C is the answer. Next 124, as provided in section 79 CPC, a suit by central government must be filed in the name of Union of India, D is the answer. Next 125, which section of CPC provides for right to lodge a caveat, that is 148A, B is the answer. Next 126, which section of CPC grants exemption to members of legislature from arrest and detention, that is 135A, C is the answer. Next 127, a mortgage by deposit title deed is called as equitable mortgage, C is the answer. And mortgage definition कितने में है, 58 में, English mortgage in 58E, usufructuary D, टाइटल डीड वाला है ये F, equitable means F में ही है, anomalous G. Next 128, which is not covered by term transfer of property, gift, family settlement, exchange lease, family settlement, C is the answer. Next 129, TPA was enacted in year 1882, B is the answer. Next 130, which section of TPA onerous gift is provided, 127, A is the answer. Next 131, under TPA gift of future property is void, C is the answer. Next 132, under which section of TPA fraudulent transfer is defined, 53, C is the answer. 35 में क्या है, doctrine of election. 41 क्या है, seal by ostensible honor. Next 133, by which of the following means transfer of actionable claim may be made, by instrument in writing and signed by the transferor, C is the answer, mentioned in section 130 TPA. Next 134, Bellamy versus Sabine is a case at which doctrine of less pendants, C is the answer. Next 135, which of the following interest is not transferable, that is spa succession is, B is the answer. Next 136, an universal donee is liable to the creditors for the donor. The liability of donee is to the extent of value gift property in hand, B is the answer. Next 137, which of the following section of TPA contain exception to maxim nemo that quad non habet, that is 41, 43, C is the answer. Next 138 which section was amended by TPA 2002, that was section 106. रिपीटेड क्वेश्चन है, बहुत ही कॉमन क्वेश्चन है, सारे जितने भी क्वेश्चन किए हैं सारे रिपीटेड क्वेश्चन, कोई ऐसा क्वेश्चन आपको दिखा नहीं होगा जितने भी मैंने अब तक पेपर किए हैं कि भाई क्वेश्चन ना आया हो। नेक्स्ट 139 प्रबोध कुमार दास वर्सेस दंतमारा टी कंपनी केस रिलेटेड विद obtain of part performance, C is the answer, section 53A. Next 140, how many witnesses are required for testing an instrument under TPA? Only 2, D is the answer. Next 141, whether partition of property can be called as transfer of property? No, it cannot. Next 142, section 14 of TPA deals with rule against perpetuity. A is the answer. Doctrine of election 35 में है, doctrine of apportionment 36 में है, transfer for the benefit of unborn person, that is section 13. Next 143, in which section of TPA the provision regarding rights and liabilities of lessor and lessee are provided? That is 108, B is the answer. Next 144, A transfer his property to B for life and thereafter to his unborn son for life. In this case, transfer property to the unborn son is void. D is the answer. This is rule against perpetuity. Next 145, which one of the following is not an essential element of mortgage as defined under section 58A? There must be transfer of interest. There must be a promise. Interest must be of some specific immovable property. The purpose of transfer must to ensure payment of debt. तो promise की ज़रूरत नहीं है. B is the answer. All these are essentials. Next 146. A transfer his property to B by mortgage with the condition that for 10 years B will take the mortgage property from the income of the property and thereafter A shall redeem the property by making the payment of remaining amount. This is an anomalous mortgage. B is the answer because it includes usufructuary and simple mortgage. So mix of any two mortgages is called as anomalous, provided in section 58G. इंग्लिश मॉडगेज बताया, अभी 58E में है, सिंपल B में है, कंडीशनल सेल C में है. Next 147, in Hindu Marriage Act provision for divorce by mutual consent was added by amendment of 1976. B is the answer. Next 148, child born of void and voidable marriage under Hindu law are legitimate as per section 16 of Hindu Marriage Act. Next 149, the provision for maintenance pendentility is given in 24. C is the answer. Next 150, concealment of pre-marriage pregnancy by respondent can make the marriage voidable. A is the answer. Section 12 में ये provision है of Hindu Marriage Act. Void marriages कहाँ पर है? 11 में. Next 151, a person who dies without making a will is known as intestate. This has been defined in Hindu Succession Act. Section is 3G. B is the answer. Next 152, the constitutional validity of Section 9 of Hindu Marriage Act for the first time came for consideration in case of T. Saritha versus T. Venkat Subbiya. C is the answer. Next 153, what is the effect of judicial separation on marital relation under Hindu Marriage Act? Marital relation come to an end, no, only suspended. So B is the answer. Judicial separation, section 10. Next 154, under Hindu Marriage Act, the right to permanent alimony is available to both husband and wife. C is the answer. Next 155, the case relating to constructive desertion is Jyotish Chandra versus Meeda. D is the answer. Next 156, under Hindu Marriage Act, Hindu includes Buddhist, Jain, Sikhs, all of the above. D is the answer. Next 157, which section of Hindu Marriage Act defines Pinda relationship? That is section 3F. C is the answer. Section 2 में definitions नहीं है तो all गलत हो गए कि बचा इसमें 3F. Next 158, in which section of Hindu Marriage Act grounds of divorce are provided? Section 13. B is the answer. Next 159, section 3C of Hindu Succession Act defines cognates. B is the answer. Agnate कहाँ पर है? 3A में. Next 160, divorce by mutual consent has been provided in 13B और कब आया था 1976 के अमेंडमेंट से। तो देखिए ऊपर पूछा था क्वेश्चन, यहाँ पर यही पूछ लिया इधर। नेक्स्ट 161, Hindu Marriage Act contains minimum period for decision for filing a suit for judicial separation is 2 years. D is the answer. Next 162, a Hindu male of 30 years adopts a female of 15 years of age. Adoption is void. C is the answer because there must be 21-year gap. It is provided in section 11 of Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Other conditions में mention है ये. Next 163, section 23 and 24 of Hindu Succession Act has been omitted by Amendment Act in 2005. C is the answer. Next 164, in which section of Hindu Marriage Act bigamy is prohibited? That is section 17. B is the answer. Next 165, Hindu Marriage Act came into force on 18th May 1955. C is the answer. Next 166, Dastani vs. Dastani is a case on divorce. D is the answer. Next 167, under Muslim law, the right of Shufa is firstly available to Shafi Sharik. C is the answer. Next 168, which one of the following is not a source of Muslim law? Shruti. It is a source of Hindu law. D is the answer. Next 169, which one of the following is not the right of a wife on non-payment of dower? Refusal to cohabit, yes. Dower as a debt, yes. Retain husband's property, yes. Increase or decrease dower, no. ये नहीं हो सकता. D is the answer. Next 170, which one of the following is not a mode of talaq? Refusal for talaq is not a mode. A is the answer. Next 171, in case of divorce, the period of iddat is 3 lunar months. B is the answer. Death के केस में कितना है? 4 months and 10 days. Next 172, Muta form of marriage is recognized by Itna Sharia school of Shia law. B is the answer. Next 173, the rule of ratable abatement applies in wasiyat. A is the answer. Will के केस में ये अप्लाई होता है. Next 174, divorce by mutual consent in Muslim law is known as Mubarat. B is the answer. Next 175, principle of Musha is recognized by Hanafi law. B is the answer. Next 176, bequest of life in Muslim law is valid. A is the answer. Next 177, doctrine of Cyprus is related with Waqf. C is the answer. Next 178, hiba of future property in Muslim law is invalid. A is the answer. Next 179, a Sunni Muslim marries a Kitabiya girl. The marriage is valid. B is the answer. Shia में नहीं होगी. Next 180, Dissolution of Muslim Marriage Act came into force on 1939. C is the answer. Next 181, Shariat Act 1937 came into operation on 7 October 1937. D is the answer. Next 182, marriage in Islam is a contract. A is the answer. Next 183, which of the following is not an essential of valid hiba? So declaration, acceptance, possession होना चाहिए. Writing registration जरूरी नहीं है. D is the answer. Next 184, Bohra community follows which school of Muslim law? Ismaili. D is the answer. Next 185, under Muslim law, a will may be made of 1/3 of the property. B is the answer. Next 186, dower meher absolutely belongs to wife only. A is the answer. Next 187, under which of the following section of IPC the word offense has been defined? That is 40. B is the answer. 39 में क्या है? Voluntarily. 41 special law. 42 local law. Next 188, under which section of IPC the word extortion is defined? 383. A is the answer. Next 189. What is the minimum imprisonment prescribed for use of deadly weapons in dacoity under IPC? That is 7 years. B is the answer. Next 190. Which section of IPC defines cruelty? That is 498A. D is the answer. I see 191. Which section of IPC provides for punishment of attempt to commit suicide? That is 309. A is the answer. 306 is abatement. 307 is attempt to murder. Section 376 rape. Next 192. In which section of IPC the word good faith has not been used? तो 90 में यूज नहीं किया गया, बाकी सब में यूज किया गया गुड फेथ. ए इज द आंसर. Next 193. Which section of IPC contains doctrine of transferred malice? That is section 301. C is the answer. Next 194. In which case Supreme Court of India has said that the time has come when 309 IPC should be deleted by the Parliament? That is Aruna Shanbhog case. A is the answer. Next 195. In which section of IPC unlawful assembly has been defined? 141. A is the answer. Next 196. Under which section a hangman who hangs criminal in pursuant of order of judge is exempted criminal liability? That is section 78. So it is none of the above. D is the answer. 78 में mention है ये. Next 197. A meets B on a national highway, shows him a pistol and demands B's purse. In consequence, surrender his purse. The following is a robbery. B is the answer. Next 198. Under IPC, punishment for the offense of importing girls from any country outside India up to 10 years if the age of girl is under 21 years. D is the answer. And which section is that? That is 366B IPC. Next 199. Which section of IPC deals with the defense of involuntary intoxication? That is 85. B is the answer. Next 200. Right of private defense of body extends to causing death if there is apprehension of death, apprehension of grievous hurt, or committing rape. All of the above. D is the answer. Section 100 provides for the same. So friends, यहाँ पर हमने उत्तराखंड जुडिशियल सर्विसेज का 2011 का प्री का एग्जाम पेपर पूरा डिस्कस कर लिया है. अगर आपको इसमें कोई कमी लगी हो, कोई सजेशन हो, कोई एडवाइस हो, तो आप कमेंट सेक्शन में जाकर भी लिख सकते हैं. वी ऑलवेज अप्रिशिएट योर कमेंट्स एंड फीडबैक. And friends, if you like the efforts, kindly give a super thanks. Minimum starts for 20. Super thanks is a way to help the content creator with some tips in form of money. So you can donate some money by clicking on the super thanks. मिनिमम से मिनिमम आप 20 रुपये भी डोनेट कर सकते हैं. मिनिमम स्टार्ट्स विद 20 रुपीज़. एंड अगर आपको वीडियो अच्छी लगी इसको जरूर लाइक कीजिएगा. एंड डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब आवर चैनल. एंड व्हाइल सब्सक्राइबिंग डोंट फॉरगेट टू प्रेस द बेल आइकन so that you can get the notification of our upcoming videos. So friends, thank you. Thanks very much for watching this video. Thank you.